Hello, guys. So, what is spiritual awakening? Spiritual awakening is the realization that you've had the wrong identity in life. You were thinking you are the thoughts, the body, the emotions, the impulses. But then you realize that you are the permanent isness, the permanent awareness, which just observes everything else. And as you make that, or as that realization happens to you, a kind of stillness happens. And you can just sit here in stillness and be aware of that stillness without feeling that something is missing. You don't have to entertain thoughts. You don't have to entertain anything. It's just isness awareness in a kind of state of no effort. But even if effort or thoughts arise, or identification arises, you recognize you are not that anymore. That is, in a sense, spiritual awakening. And then there is a yo-yo effect where you bounce back and forth between identifying and non-identifying, until eventually maybe there is a complete lack of identification anymore. And it happens gradually depending on the karmas, vasanas, everything that's, sticking to the energy body that it's pulling you in. But the stronger the realization, the more the disidentification drops away. And that at some point then becomes enlightenment. Where you just are. And interestingly enough, that is the point when the body energies, because you've let go so much that the body energies open up, and that's where you start to receive, because as you rest in silence, in awareness, abiding in the self, the energy starts to open up like this of the body. And that's a consequence of that, is that you start to receive information, downloads. So you start to understand things or change, For example, I became a tantra masseur right after awakening, 1 week after awakening. And it just went very smoothly and very fast. And so I massaged around 1,000 women the next 3-4 years after the awakening. And then I realized I have these abilities to heal, to feel blockages, and so forth. And then a few years later, the realization of toxic metaframing and libido empowerment came to me. And then the last 2 or 3 moons ago, I received another download of the male solar plexus empowerment, the ability to manifest, and how that is important for attraction in the biological sense. And so anytime you let go into this abiding in the self, something new opens up. You really acquire wisdom. You don't acquire wisdom by experience. You acquire wisdom by letting go, and that's very important to know.